Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on Trenton TV, on Trenton Talks, on WIMT 1300 AM, and on our Facebook Live page, Trenton Public Schools, as well as our rebroadcast on our Trenton TV, our YouTube channel. We have some great news to share this evening. Conversation with visual performing arts, small learning community at Trenton Central High School, as well as the restaurant and business small learning community at Trenton Central High School. And I'm your host, Gerald Trueheart. I'm a board member. I chair the Family Community Engagement Committee, and our co-host, Denise Crease, is our parent coordinator and homeless liaison for Trenton Public Schools. And we're so happy that you decided to join us this afternoon on our Trenton Talks broadcast. We're going to start out this evening with Matthew, our restaurant and business VP. I'm actually on location, folks, at our Trenton Central High School, Lawrence Matt. So I'm right here on location with our kids, doing great work here. They're doing great things on the track as well as in the classroom. They're scholar athletes. So we'll start out with you, Matthew. Just introduce your small learning community, and we'll go over to our VPA small learning community and introduce our small learning community as VPA. Matthew?
All right, thanks, Mr. Trueheart. So, like Mr. Trueheart said, I'm Mr. Cordonier, called Mr. C most of the time because of my name, it's hard to pronounce. And I am the vice principal of Restaurant Business Academy. I've been there, I don't know, I'm going to say 6-7 years. With me is Deborah Cunningham. She is the teacher leader, SLC chair of our academy. And we also have one guest. I'm going to let Ms. Cunningham introduce our guest, and then I'll say a couple things I think about R&B, and then we'll move to VPA. So Ms. Cunningham, can you tell us who's with us?
I don't see Kate on yet. Kate Noonan was supposed to be here.
She's here.
Okay, I don't see her.
Okay, she's here.
We have Kate Noonan here, who's the executive director from Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and she can talk about a mentoring program that's going on with the restaurant and business community.
All right, thanks, Ms. Cunningham. And Ms. Noonan, we're certainly going to let you talk in a couple of minutes as they move us forward, but we're glad that you could make it. We had a couple of students that we are hoping to join us. Unfortunately, a couple of them had to work at the last minute. So as our name says, we do two things. We do restaurant, which is our culinary program, and we do a business program, which is our marketing and finance. I think, if I understand the format right, it will be question led. So I'm going to let Ms. Bose introduce her community.
Thank you, Mr. Cordonier. Thank you, Mr. Trueheart, for having us. I'm Ms. Bose. I am the Vice Principal of the Visual and Performing Arts Small Learning Community at Trenton Central High School, and a big good evening and hello to all the viewers watching. So I'm really excited about our community and the things that happen, and it could not be possible without my team. Mr. Siebert, who is a teacher leader. I see Ms. Zezwinski, our dance teacher, and we have a student, Quazon Green, who is also Mr. VPA, and very excited to have one of our major partners, Mr. Liu Chen from Princeton University Partnership. I will let Mr. Siebert and the rest of them introduce a bit of the visual learning because they make up the academy. So I'll let Mr. Siebert take over and introduce the small learning community to you. Mr. Siebert.
Hi, thank you. Very nice to be here tonight. Appreciate it. Yes, so, Ms. Z, our dance teacher, and Quaison, and then, of course, again, Lou, our program manager from Trenton Arts at Princeton, and VPA is the Visual Performing Arts Community, and we cover basically all the arts that we can think of, and we try to encourage a lot of creativity with our students and a lot of opportunity for them to perform and create.
Do you want to talk a little bit to the audience about some of the performances and the experiences that the students have been having?
Sure. So I can tell you a little bit about, we have a couple different programs. Dance is represented tonight. We also have theater and cosmetology. Cosmetology, we have our teacher covers mostly the sophomores, so they're kind of learning the trade a bit. as well as getting to work on mannequins with real hair, and work with sometimes they even get to work with actual clients who are typically teachers and other staff members who come in to sit and be the customer slash experimented on as the kids get a chance to learn and with people that they know and trust. And then our theater program has had a few different virtual performances over the last year and a half, and we are soon, I think, going to be actually getting to see something, a live show, I think, near the end of the season, which will be the seniors from the theater CTE program. I don't have the exact date on that at the moment. Maybe Miss Bose would have that one. But I'm actually going to pass it over to our dance teacher, Miss Z, and she can tell you a little bit about the upcoming dance program.
Hi, so I'm Elizabeth Brzezinski, the dance educator for the CTE Dance Program here at Trenton Central High School. And I'm joined today with Quason Green, one of our seniors in the CTE program. You'll notice that this isn't a virtual background. We're actually zooming in from the TCHS Theater because we just finished an after-school rehearsal for our upcoming dance showcase that I'd love to tell you a little bit about. So our annual culminating showcase is called New Voices, and we'll be sharing that to the community this Friday, April 29th at 6:30 p.m. Because it's our first large in-person performance post-COVID, we are offering this show free to the community. So we really want everyone to just have the chance to experience the art of dance and really show up and celebrate the gift to be together. And I'm sure we'll talk about it later on in the program, but I want to highlight that this show demonstrates all of the levels of the CTE dance program, our guest artists that are generously funded through our Perkins grant, and some student choreographers, which Quason is one of our choreographers presenting 2 works in the show. So again, please, if you can, join us on the 29th at 6:30 p.m. at Trenton Central High School. You can find information on the TCHS webpage and also on our Instagram account at DanceTCHS.
Awesome. Could you share that in the chat? Because then I will put it on our live feed so that our audience and whoever watches a little bit later on can log in and get that information for the show and info.
Yeah, I mean, that's this Friday. So, right. So we got to really promote that out and get the attendance up for that show. And so very important that we support the program.
Awesome. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about the dance program and like, do students have to like audition? Like, what's that process like in selecting your community? Why don't you share that with the audience?
Sure. So I'll start and then I'm going to hand it over to Quason. So our CTE dance program is open to all students who wish to enroll. We have a mix of students from different experience and ability levels, from students who are new to performing and dancing to students who have had the opportunity to train prior to coming through our program, either through our 2 middle school feeders or our wonderful community studios and arts organizations. So I'll turn it over to Quason to maybe talk a little bit about his experience through the 3 years that he has been in our program.
Where would you like me to start?
Why don't you share a little bit about what we study and like how each year in the program is a little bit different from sophomore to junior to senior?
So I know seniors is more about choreography and creating your own dances. And I think junior year, we did more of improv. And then in our freshman year, we did more of the parts of your body. So it was, what is it called?
Anatomy.
Yeah, anatomy, yeah.
So through our program, we really are intentional about exposing students to all different genres of dance. So we study in the career-aligned dance forms of ballet, modern, and jazz, but also bring in different cultural dance forms through our guest artist partners. And as Kwaisan highlighted, the students each year have different academic focuses through the dance program. So first year they study all about wellness and care through the lens of anatomy. The junior year, we get that context for dance history. And the senior year is really about honing their artistic voices and also preparing students to develop audition portfolios.
Kwaisan, why don't you go into talking a little bit more about how you were feeling when you had to perform or audition? I mean, have you auditioned for anything outside of that's being offered from Trenton Central High School? Talk to us a little bit more about, how you feel about dance.
Well, I started dancing in middle school in 6th grade at the YMCA. Well, it's called the Community Dance Academy, but it was held at the YMCA. And when I came to Trenton High, I of course enrolled in dance, and I liked it. I still do like it, and but I never auditioned for anything dance wise, but I also did join with Lou for arts at Princeton, and we were the Trenton Youth Dancers. And I'm on a competition team called Jersey Divas. It's a majorette dance team. And yeah, my life is pretty much dance every day.
I also think it's a great moment to highlight to say that Kwaisan is one of 4 featured senior choreographers in the showcase. And so kind of the road that led us to selecting those student choreographers is that they each submit an choreographic proposal very aligned to how you would write a proposal as a working choreographer to get grant funding for your piece. And so that consisted of a written sample, a movement sample, and a submission of a biography and a resume. And so some of our wonderful community partners from Trenton Arts at Princeton, some of our former student teachers served on a panel to adjudicate and select the 4 pieces that then Kwaisan and some of his peers are setting on their senior class for this upcoming show.
Wow. So it sounds like you're very passionate about dance. I mean, those were a lot of steps that you had to go through in order to choreograph. That's amazing. I do see another student, I believe, on Lou. Is he also with the dance program, or is he a part of a different community?
Mr. Chen is actually from Princeton University and one of our most vibrant, supportive partners. No, not a problem.
That you think I can
lose just a baby face. It's okay.
Say it as a compliment.
I take it as a compliment that I strike you as a dancer, because I am not. So I'll just
so yes, so that's Mr. Chen. I just also wanted to point out what I was very impressed about, Ms. Kreese, was that those proposals that Ms. Zeswinski was talking about actually went on to Donors Choose, and people from Donors Choose actually looked at those proposals and funded some of the costumes and other things at the dance, and these were outsiders. We just shared it. So I think our students are really ready. We had alumni coming in as well, helping with this. I'm really excited about the dance Cte program and the theater program. And I think, and our music, as you know, our music program is very, very well known, nationally recognized. But I think this is a good time for Mr. Chen to come in, because he can put all of that together for us. Thank you.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Lu Chen. I work at Princeton University, where I run the Trenton Arts at Princeton program, or TAP for short. And it's been my great privilege, our great privilege, the university's great privilege, to be able to partner with Trenton Central High School on a range of different activities over the past several years. I'll just highlight a couple of them. Of course, there's our Saturday morning arts program, which encompasses Trenton youth dancers, orchestra, singers, and theater. And so that brings in students from TCHS. Every Saturday, we bus them from Trenton to Princeton University, where they engage in one of the 4 groups and interact with Princeton students, staff, and faculty around their specific discipline. So for example, Kwei-san, who's been a star member of Trenton Youth Dancers for the past 3 years, will come to Princeton and engage with the various student dance groups around jazz dance and belly dancing and hip hop and break dancing, and then work with Princeton student dancers to come up with their own choreography over the course of a semester. And so that's probably our most immersive program, whereby we really work to build a community of artists across Trenton Central High School and Princeton University. And it's been a great pleasure to work with people like Andy and Elizabeth and Felicia Brown and Joseph Pucciati and Ted Pluckett on this endeavor. Another collaboration we have is called the Neighborhood Music Project, whereby artists who appear on Princeton University Concerts Professional Series visit the high school. And so last semester, the tap dancer Caleb Teicher got to visit TCHS and work with Elizabeth's students, and that was incredible. And on Thursday, this Thursday, the superstar sibling duo, Sheku and Isa Takana Mason, Sheku performed at Meghan Markle's wedding, which is how he kind of rose to prominence, and his sister Isa is an incredible pianist, are going to visit TCHS and perform for, rehearse with, and have a conversation with Trenton Public School, with the Trenton music students. And so that's something we're really looking forward to. And then the last project I'll briefly highlight is one that has been on the back burner since COVID, but we're hoping to bring back next year. It's called Tigers in Trenton. And that's where every year we bring Princeton student groups ranging from the pianist ensemble to stand-up comedy to dance to the amazing auditorium at TCHS to kind of perform for the Trenton community. And so those are some of the projects we have in the works. We're a relatively new program, always looking for more opportunities to collaborate, and so invigorated by the amazing team of teachers, administrators at TCHS and the VPA. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And my apologies again.
Yeah, thank you for your partnership. That's phenomenal work that's happening. It continues to work, continues to happen in partnership with Trenton Central High School and the administration, and the impact that you're having on students, right? I mean, the impact on students' academic, the impact on students' performance in the classroom, not only in dance or in performing arts, but also in the classroom, and how this translates into their academic performance in the classroom. I mean, discipline, you have to be disciplined, you have to be motivated, you have to be focused. And those are all things that are required in the classroom. So I appreciate the partnership. Denise?
Ms. Bose, I don't know if you wanted to add anything else. Did we introduce everyone that's here? I don't want to miss anybody.
I think we did. The only, I just want to expand on what Mr. Trueheart brought up, because it's true. The research-based practices talks about art integration. We have moved from STEM to STEAM because arts promote critical thinking and, the movement, and it addresses different types of learners. It promotes synthesis. So all those things we talk about in Bloom's taxonomy as educators, high critical thinking and synthesis. So I think it's very important. And now research indicates clearly that it's extremely important to integrate arts across curriculum, across content areas to promote critical thinking and social and emotional learning also. So that's all I had to say. I'm really excited because nothing can happen in isolation. And I'm very proud of the Trenton Central High School team that even during COVID, if you recall, the community recalls, our teachers and our partners put up virtual programs constantly to keep the students and community engaged. And I really appreciate it. It's a privilege to be, to be an administrator in this kind of a community. And that I just wanted to say a thank you to my team and to Mr. and to Lou for being there and supporting all our students constantly.
I'll just add quickly.
I just wanted to add super quick because I had talked about our CTE programs, but Lou had also mentioned our music program. So within VPA, we also have some career paths that aren't officially CTE or anything, but we really try to sequence an experience for them is through music as well as visual art. Music, they get to work with instruments. They get to work with, either work their way into the orchestra, or, next year we're hoping to get back into trying to do a school musical, COVID-free school musical. So they'll get to work hopefully musically with that program as well. And then also we're doing sound recording with another music teacher, and they're doing studio recording and that sort of some really cool technical stuff. And then our visual art, we have ceramics and three-dimensional art. And then we also have 2D kind of traditional art. The teacher there, Ms. Gladwell, she's formerly worked for Disney. She's worked for Hallmark, so she has a lot of professional background. And we are also bringing in technology, iPad Pros and Wacom Cintiqs, and then 3D printing into those classrooms as well over the course of the rest of this year and into next year.
That's amazing. Mr. Chen, I know you wanted to jump in.
Oh, I was just on Ms. Bo's point about kind of the productivity during the pandemic of the teachers and the students. I'll just note that, like, I'm not kidding. I think TCHS put out more virtual productions than like the Princeton University arts community, to be honest. Like, all my colleagues were just seeing how many videos were coming out from like the dance, theater, and orchestra departments and being like, how are they doing that? And the answer to that question is on that call here today. So I just wanted to underscore, bold, italicize what Ms. Bo's just said.
Thank you so much. We haven't heard from Kate. Did you want to add?
Let's make sure we're cheering here. Let's go.
Did you want to add anything to the conversation? Kate Noonan?
So Denise, I'm sorry, Kate, just so you know, she's with R&B, so.
Sorry.
I mean, she can go ahead and talk. I have no problem with that. But I don't know if you want to keep
we can transition right into
You
R&B.
can go ahead, Kate. I'm not trying to silence you.
No, I would just applaud. I would just applaud the great work you're doing in VPA and just say it sounds wonderful. But I'll wait to transition over to R&B if you'd like to do that.
My apologies.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's transfer right over to R&B. I mean, we talked about visual performing arts and great things happening with partnerships and great work in the classroom. So Matthew, take it away with your team in visual in restaurant and business. Small learning community.
Girls team, let's go. Let's cheer for your team.
Denise, we have a student. Oh, she just changed her name finally. She's been trying to change her name. It was under Matthew. It was under my name. So it's Anisha. She's with she's struggling with the video.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, my camera's on, but I don't think you guys could see me. I don't know what's going on my computer.
Okay, we'll keep working, Anisha. We're going to get you to talk in just a minute. No problem. We'll get you on in just a second, so stay with us, okay? All right. Yep. So I'm not sure you want to proceed, Denise. Do you want to ask questions or you want us to give an overview real quick?
Yeah, why don't you provide an overview
Okay.
of the restaurant and business
And then you can ask us some questions. So we have 3 programs. I'm going to let Ms. Cunningham tell us about the 3 programs, and then she's going to introduce again Ms. Noonan, because this is not one of our pathways, but another program that we find incredibly valuable for our R&B students. They've been with us, I don't know how many years, but enough to really make a difference in our students' lives. And then we'll get Amis to tell us a little bit about her experience in R&B, and we'll go from there. So Ms. Cunningham, you want to tell a little bit about the 3 programs, and I'll jump in on a few things.
Absolutely. First, thank you for having R&B on your show, Denise. We're very happy to be here to let you know our good news. We have 3 pathways in our CTE program, and that is our name, business and restaurant. And under business, we have marketing and we have finance. And then under restaurant, we have culinary, and we also now have a new baking program for the students. And one of the things that we really like with our CTE programs, all of our CTE programs have student-based enterprises, and we're very excited about that. We really had a good year that we just started. It was hard to get back to them because of COVID, but now we're on a roll with all of our student-based enterprises. Our finance pathway runs our TCHS Business Center, and this is a new student enterprise that is just lighting off, and we offer a lot of business type of items that teachers and students in the district can take part in, whether it's copying, making booklets, doing cards and things like that, and flyers. We have like a envelope stuffing machine that we could do. We could stuff envelopes. So we're really starting to really do well in that area with that. Also, one of the things that I want to let you know is our finance teacher is hosting a job fair, and it should be a really large job fair on May 11th from 12 to 3 at Trenton Central High School for all the students there. And she's bringing in so many people in the community and jobs, as well as from in New Jersey and maybe right over the bridge. And they'll be there, and all our students will be able to get information about getting jobs, maybe during the summer and beyond, and maybe to do some interviewing right there on the spot. So we think that's going to be a good addition and hope to have that from year to year. With our marketing program,
Coming in 1 second. So if you're a business and you want to participate in our job fair, I don't know how much space we have left because we have limited space, but Ms. Cunningham will leave an email address in the chat so that you can contact us, because we will always be looking for, if not this one, for our next one, because we want to get as many different companies there that we can. So we will put an email there for you to contact us. Sorry, Ms. Cunningham, had to put the plug
That's
in.
great. That's a great idea. And so our marketing program runs our school store called Velocity. Right now, we are opened on Tuesdays and Thursdays at Third Block for all of our teachers so that they come down to the school store, and then we're open after school for students. So we're also open to anybody in the community that wants to come in and come into our school store to see what we have there. Because of COVID once again, and the supply issues, we're not as stocked as we were before COVID, but we're hoping as we move forward next year, we're fully stocked and have a full line of apparel and things like that, that the community can come in and purchase TCHS items. With our culinary program, we have the Tornado Cafe and the students there. It's a working restaurant. And the students also do catering. This school year, we did a senior dinner where the seniors had their parents come in and their family, and they actually did a sit-down dinner. There was probably close to 100 people at the dinner. They were hostess. They sat people at the table. They did the whole restaurant experience. They cooked, they served, they cleaned up, and it was a very memorable night for everybody that was there. A lot of people now are asking for catering, so that's something that we're starting up with the students to be able to do catering either for meetings or for after school affairs at the school or people in the district. So that's something else that we're working on. And we also have our baking program. So the baking program and our culinary program work in tandem with the school stores. And on Tuesday and Thursday, we offer lunch to our staff members. Right now, we're cooking hot dogs, we're grilling hot dogs. And I think on Thursday, we're going to be offering chicken Caesar salads via pre-order. And then as we move along with that and things get better with the supply chain with that also, we're going to be offering a lot more that the teachers can have for lunch. And we're thinking about take and go for a weekend, like on a Friday, teachers can take and go food as they go out. Our bakery program, the school store sells baked goods, fresh baked goods from our bakery program, and the students bake in the bakery program on Tuesdays and Thursdays for staff, and then after school for students. And that's everyone loves that because the food there and the baking items are wonderful. We just made our own Trenton signature cupcake, which is a red velvet cupcake with a tornado on the top. And so the students are really getting good at creating that. So the other thing in R&B that we also have is we have after school clubs in each of our areas, so that if a student is not in our CT area, let's just say they're in BPA or STEM and they're really interested in culinary or something in finance or marketing, our after school programs, they can come in and be a part of our after school program. So we offer that through them.
So let me just add one thing. So the kicker here is we don't just sell all this just so we could have some money in our coffers. We take as much of the money as we can, and we will give it out to scholarships at the end of the year. It is our hope that we will be giving anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 to our R&B students for book scholarships for college and career. And so it'll depend on how much we make. So the more you eat, the more I tell everybody, the more you eat, the more we get to give to our kids. And so we give everything from, so we'll give, a culinary award, a finance award, a marketing award, and citizenship rewards, and all kinds of things. So all kids will be in the running for a scholarship. So you know, it's exciting when we can sell stuff, not just because it's good for the kids to learn, but it's good for our kids. So
That's so awesome. So do the kids have to do like an application for the scholarship, or is it just like through criteria like teacher selection? Like how do you narrow it
so
down?
most of our scholarships are through a committee. We have a committee of teachers that will, and then we decide, as we know exactly how much we're going to give, we know how many awards we can give. So we have some standard awards we give every year. You know, best chef award. We're going to add a baker award now because we're just now in our second year of the baking program. So we have seniors this year for the first time, and the finance and all that. So it's usually, there are a few different scholarships that have come in that will be by applications, but most of these are done by a panel of our staff who select them. So it would include not only the CTE teachers, but the academic teachers as well on the panel.
Awesome. So do you anticipate having an in-person scholarship award program like you guys always do?
Yeah, June, and Ms. Bose is in charge of it, so I don't want to get too off, but I think it's June 1st this year. Is
June
it June
2nd.
June 2nd.
At
And so
6:30, yes.
if you have a link, Ms. Bose, I would put it in the chat, because if there are people, I think, and Ms. Bose can speak about it more, who want to give out scholarships, there's still time to get on the addendum to give out scholarships. But
So
I
I
don't
can,
want to.
go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Cordonier, go ahead.
I just don't want to, I know Ms. Cunningham was probably going to go over to Ms. Noonan, because I know she's been waiting patiently. So we do want to introduce Ms. Noonan, and then I want to get Mies to share her experience.
I do have another program to talk about too. Can I say that?
Yeah.
It's a new program. We have Dress for Success, and we're really excited about the light off for that. It's probably going to be at the end of May. We are in partnership with Dress for Success, which is a nonprofit program that is really there for the empowerment of women. And they give outfits to students that are looking to get into the job market. They help them with interviewing skills and any other kind of needs that they have. So that's going to be a new program for us. And that'll bring us to our second program that we have, R&B, and that's with Cte Noonan at Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
That is amazing. Sorry, I've worked with Dress for Success, so I just know how powerful that organization is. And just to have that combines efforts to, you know, teach students skills on how to do job resume, interviewing, it's amazing.
Go ahead, Ms. Noonan, if you want to tell about your program, that'd be great.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, first and foremost, for having me. It's great to be on tonight and to get to speak with all of you and to share a little bit about Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Mercer County and our partnership with Trenton Central High School and Bloomberg. So we've had a longstanding partnership with Trenton Central High School, and we have a few different programs. We have a partnership with a few different of the small learning communities. We have one with the STEM and St. Francis Medical Center. And we also have one that I'm here to talk to you about tonight, which is Bloomberg and Business and Restaurant. And so that partnership is where we take students from Trenton Central High School, and pre-COVID, pre-pandemic, we used to be able to bus the students from Trenton Central High School to Bloomberg, where they would get to meet with their mentors from September through June, twice a month. And they would get to go to the campus and participate in the workplace and meet with their mentors, have lunch, and get career-based skills, knowledge. It's a little bit about what you were talking about, Denise, about that resume building, interview skills. They would learn about different careers and different opportunities at Bloomberg. This year, it's a little bit different. It's still powerful, it's still impactful, but we've, of course, because it's, you know, COVID and pandemic situation, we've kind of pivoted to a hybrid model. So the students are still getting to meet with their mentors, but they're doing it over Zoom for the time being, although we're really excited to get back to an in-person model next year, hopefully, fingers crossed. But so the students are meeting with their mentors over Zoom, and they're getting the same kind of careers and skill-based knowledge, but they're just getting it in a virtual format for the time being. And so twice a month, they meet over Zoom with their mentors, and they learn things about different opportunities at Bloomberg, different jobs that are available to them. They learn about different, resumes, how to interview. This morning they had a Toastmasters session, which was all about learning how to do public speaking. So they would be able to, participate in a forum like this and be able to speak and communicate, properly. And so they get all sorts of, skills that they would need to, have a successful career in the future. And the goal is twofold. One, our mission is to match youth with mentors in a one-to-one format. So we provide that for them. And two, it's to give them that career skill so that they would get to think about different jobs that they might not have considered previously. So if they're in R&B, right, they're probably thinking about something business focused, but there are so many different careers in business and even in Bloomberg. And so our job is to kind of open them up to all the different opportunities that are available to them in this field, and to expand their knowledge and to expand their worldview, and give them, different ideas to think about and to pursue, so that when they're thinking about their post-secondary, career, what they're going to do after high school, they have different ideas that they can kind of pursue. And so it's available to students who are sophomores all the way up through seniors. And it's hopefully really empowering for the students, and we think it's something that they really enjoy. It's been a really long-standing partnership between Trenton Central High School and Big Brothers Big Sisters and Bloomberg, and it's something that we really, really enjoy doing with the school, and we think the students get a lot out of it as well.
Wow, that's incredible. And I can see from the expression on your face that this program has been extremely successful, and having a mentor is so impactful. Do you want to share a little bit more about that relationship between mentor and mentee and kind of what that looks like, so that viewers understand a little bit more, like what really is a mentor?
Absolutely. So our program, Big Brothers Big Sisters, actually has three different kinds of programs. We have our workplace mentoring program, which I'm here talking about tonight, but we also have our school-based program and our community-based program. And that's probably the one that viewers would be the most familiar with. It's kind of the hallmark of Big Brothers Big Sisters. But common across all three programs is that one-to-one mentorship. And what makes it so special is just the quality of the interaction. So when you have a Bloomberg employee matched with a Trenton Central High School student, they get to see them twice a month, every month, and they get to talk about whatever is top of mind. So it could be, career, it could be what's going on at school, or if they've really developed that relationship, especially if they've been matched over the last couple of years, it could be something that they're really struggling with. And we see that, especially with relationships that they've really developed a strong bond. If a student is really having a stressful time at school, if, they're really having a hard time with classes or their workload, or something's going on outside of school, they have another caring adult role model in their life who can really be there for them and really provide them with that caring support that they need, that everybody needs, especially right now. So the program is really impactful, and we really see that these relationships really, just provide that extra support that the students and everybody need. So.
And how are the students matched with the mentors? Is there like a sheet or something? Like how does that happen?
Yeah, it's a great question. So we have case managers who work for Big Brothers Big Sisters, and this is their expertise. So they interview the students, and based on the students, what they share with the case managers, they then take the employees and they match them based on things like shared interests, background, the things that the students share with them that they would like to be matched based on. So all of that is taken into consideration in the matching process to make sure that the match is a really strong one, and that both the employee and the student are really, really happy, because our goal is longer, stronger matches. We want to make sure that both the student and the employee are really able to develop a strong bond that will match through the years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
It's a wonderful program. It's a wonderful addition to R&B. We can't thank Bloomberg and Big Brothers Big Sisters enough. It's just, you know, to know that we wish we could put more kids in it. So we're open for as many as they will take.
How many kids do they have in the program?
Right now we have 10 sophomores, and the reason we put sophomores in the program because we want them to grow and stay with the same mentor that they'll be with in their junior and then their senior year. We also have mentor-mentee relationships where that they're still they graduated years ago and they still talk and are in each other's lives. So they're very sustainable.
Amazing. Did you want to share one more time the day and the time of the job fair? Because I'm gonna add your contact information in the Face Live chat.
It is May 11th from 12 to 3.
You want us to put that in the chat, Denise? Is that no? Deb, you want to before we introduce Amis to us? Because I certainly want to hear from her. I wish we could see you, Amis.
We have an R&B student with us tonight, and she is an advanced culinary student in the culinary track. So she's going to tell us a little bit about her culinary experience, and she's also going to share the good news of what college she's been accepted to and her scholarships that she's going to be getting. Go ahead, Amis.
Hello, my name is Amisa. I'm so sorry about my camera and my computer, but I would love to still talk about being culinary. I've been in it for 3 years. First, you have Introduction to Culinary Arts, Culinary 2, and Advanced Culinary. Honestly, that's the best decision I made in my whole high school journey. Even though my career path isn't towards culinary arts, but, you know, I'm going to the nursing and learning about, you know, nutrients, and, you know, as a nurse, you want to take care of you and other people around you. So being able to, you know, explain that to others is a great opportunity. Just learning how to be in the kitchen. I've never learned about, you know, safety precautions in the kitchen, food poisoning, and all of that. So learning all of that was a great addition to being in culinary. And being able to learn about different cultures and cuisines, that is like amazing. And shout out to Chef Pollock, because he is so dedicated to teaching us and preparing us for the future. You know, me as a college student, I would love to, you know, work and have a side hustle job. So, like, you know, I could get into the restaurant field because I have, you know, a little bit knowledge of how to like manage or like be in the kitchen. He's taught us that. And if actually when we're cooking with Chef, it actually feels like we're in a restaurant, you know, sometimes. But yeah, it's a very fun program. I would recommend any upcoming sophomore that wants to come to join R&B. It's like one of the best things I ever took. And culinary is like, just R&B is just really fun. Like that's like the best decision I made in my high school journey. So I would recommend anybody to join. Great program.
Tell us about your college, Amis.
I can't hear you guys. I don't know if you guys are talking.
Can you hear me now?
Can you tell us what college you were accepted to?
Oh, okay.
We lost her. Amisa, why don't you write it in the chat and then we'll share it out with everyone. And we're just so happy that you're here with us. You were able to share your experience in regards to culinary arts.
Northland College and Stockton University. I've got a few scholarships from there. yeah, it's great to start this journey, leaving my high school year and learning so much being R&B. And I'm very grateful for this program.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's great work. It means you really worked to get those scholarships. They didn't just come
Yes,
by
I
chance. You really
did.
had to work for
I
them.
really, yes. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much, Amisa, for being here, for sharing with us. We're so excited for you on your journey as you start looking for your college of choice. Anybody else want to add any more information in regards to any because you shared so much. You talked about marketing, communications, and I know back when I was in high school, we used to do DECA. I don't know if that's still a thing. Miss Cunningham, I don't know if you want to share out if students still participate in that program.
Yes, we have a FBLA and a DECA club for students for after school, and the students still definitely participate in those two programs.
Do you want to share a little bit more details so people know what DECA stands for and what that program entails?
This is really our first year that we're working in that, and that's with both the finance teacher and the marketing teacher. But it's a both of them are national programs. The one is the marketing, the other one is the finance program.
Awesome. So I think that brings us very close to our hour. We are so appreciative of all the programs that everyone has shared with us. Mr. Trueheart, any closing thoughts?
No, I'm really happy with everyone and all the work that's been happening at the high school. I mean, this was the opportunity for us to highlight two of our small learning communities, our restaurant and business and BPA. I think we did that. There's a lot more to share with our community, but I think this was a good start in coming on board and highlighting the great work at our high school and both of those two small learning communities. We do have the other small learning communities that we'll be introducing and to the community via radio and Facebook Live next week and the following week. So I want everybody to stay tuned to us on Tuesdays at 5 from 5 to 6 on our Facebook Live page, as well as on our WIMT 1300 AM tune in at 7 p.m. on Tuesday and hear the great work of our students. I mean, look at the student Amari, who's scholarships to various universities, the work that she's put in at Trenton Central High School and her whole career in Trenton. It's a testimony to the work that's happening, not only at our students level, but at the teachers and administrative level, that we are doing great work in the city of Trenton. So I wanted to thank everyone for coming on board and welcome everyone to the broadcast.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Thank you, Kwasan, for being here and sharing your passion for dance. I'm inspired by anyone that shares a talent and expresses it in a dance form. I can't wait to hear more about the music program. And if our dance teacher would like to share one more time for our listeners, a little bit more about the Friday program, and then we'll close out.
Sure. And can I ask, when we share again about the performance, do I have the ability to screen share to put the poster up?
Sure. Let me just give you that ability and let you
Fancy.
right now.
Game ready, Mr. C.
All right, you can do it right now.
All right, perfect. So this is our showcase poster. You can see Kwasan right there in the center. And again, this is for our culminating dance showcase of the year. It is titled New Voices. It'll be this Friday, April 29th at 6:30 p.m. here on site at Trenton Central High School. The evening will again feature works from faculty choreographers, our student choreographers, many of them coming from the senior class of 2022, and our guest artist choreographers, Kyle Marshall choreography, Hip Hop Fundamentals, which is a Philly-based breaking group, and Oka Dance, which will showcase a Latin fusion piece. And so I want to share that this event is free to the community. So please come out, bring your siblings, young and old, community members, parents, family, staff. We'd love to see you here to celebrate the beauty of being together and witnessing dance. So you can find this flyer on the TCHS website and also on our Instagram and Facebook pages using the symbol @DanceTCHS.
Amazing. I have shared.
I'm really feeling that flyer. That flyer that's awesome. That looks so, it's very professional.
Thank you.
It's vibrant. It sends a really good message. Look at the talent. I mean, just look at the talents of the students. I mean, it's just phenomenal work that looks like you guys are working on and getting done. I really appreciate that. Wow, that's wonderful.
And I should showcase and also thank you. The photographer for this photo is a sophomore in the School of Communications, Yamir Tift. So I know we'll hear from the School of Communications in future days, but want to also pay homage to the fact that our work is supported by all of the small learning communities here at TCHS.
Wow, that is so great. So once
That's
again,
great work.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Please stay tuned next week. Same time, same place here on Facebook Live. Thank you so much.
Can I just say thank you to Mr. Trueheart and you?
Absolutely.
So, I've been in Trenton now 27 years. And so I just want to say thank you, because too often all we hear is about the bad press about Trenton. And I can't tell you how sick I get of hearing that, because I live and work in Trenton High School, and we do wonderful things, and our students do wonderful things. And we spend too much of our time on the negative press. And so I will say, I'm very appreciative that we have a chance for this hour to show the great things that our faculty and our students are doing. So thank you for that time. And you're going to love hearing about the other 3 communities also.
We're gonna knock that adversary out the way, Matt.
Yeah, well, it's a big one.
Knock it right out the ring.
I hear you. It's a big one, so I'm glad we're fighting it.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you having us here. And it's a one big family. I know there are 5 SLCs, but as Mr. Cordonier just mentioned, our students across the communities are doing wonderful things. So I'm really glad you're doing this, Mr. Trueheart and Ms. Crease. Appreciate it.
No, thank you. Thank you. Everyone have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.